Hi, my name is Richard Brudos. This is a short narration on an experience in my life that took place when I was in college. I had an opportunity to work in Thule, Greenland on a very exciting defense installation that the United States was making during the Cold War. And this was the major installation to see ballistic missiles that would be launched from Russia into the United States. And it was a colossal undertaking by the United States at the Air Force Base in Thule, Greenland, which was a very secret location for until very recently. I had an opportunity to go up and work as a junior engineer where they were building this site, the Ballistic Early Warning Missile System, which is called BMEWS. And the interesting thing about the story is my story in terms of as a young 21-year-old to be able to have an opportunity to make the equivalent of about $7,500 a month in today's dollars to help pay my college career, go to a location out of the United States way up in a very interesting part of the world, and the actual construction of a defense system that was a very big secret and a very high technical accomplishment.
How did you come about getting this job?
I was able to get there because my father was an engineer on that project, and there were probably only about 20 of us college people up there at the time.
What was your main job while you were stationed in Thule, Greenland?
The first summer was on a survey crew, which was surveying the amounts of materials that were being made, making the roads and underlying all the construction that we had up there. When we did the survey work, we had survey equipment, which is in those days was just a monocular that had a focusing knob on top of it. And it was so cold some of the times we went out, we had big parkas on and big gloves and things like that. And just to focus that focusing knob on top was quite a challenge, because even a little bit of lubrication that was in that focusing knob would freeze. And every time we set up, we had to refocus. So that was kind of a challenge to even do that kind of work. Working in the office the second year, the 6 months that I was up there and, for the BMEWS project, I worked mostly with these other college people doing computations on the work that had been surveyed the summer before, just computing the volume of different layers of earth that was moved from one place to another and making these pads that had to be the insulation for everything.
Can you describe your overall experience while living in Thule, Greenland?
The people that were in the construction crews were living in Atwell tents, which were just semicircular tents that 12 people were put into. There were bunk beds, 3 bunk beds on each side of the tent, double beds, and in the middle just a big potbelly stove. And our tent city was really at the end of the runway. So we always prayed every night that the jets, the fighter jets that were going in and out would make it off the ground every day. Otherwise they'd be going right through our tent city. And we worked 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. The second time I was up there for 6 months was 180 straight days. Even going to the bathroom was a challenge. You had to go outside, 60 below zero weather, and sit in an outhouse. You chose to do that as seldom as possible, so it was a very interesting way to live. So because I'd gone up the year before and had the experience as a 20-year-old, when I went up as a 21-year-old, there was a group of about 50 or 60 people that were left from Minneapolis, contractors, and these were people that were truck drivers and road grade drivers and all kinds of construction people who would make roads and things like that. Some of them weren't all that happy getting bossed around by a young whippersnapper like me, but that was a big responsibility, and I lost one guy. One guy never got back on time when the plane arrived a couple days after we got there. We were told we had a couple hours to get our gear together, and everybody that I could contact got on except one guy, and I don't know whatever happened to him, but it cost him a lot of money, I'm sure, because he had to pay his transportation to and from Trenton, New Jersey. At the time I left, after I graduated from college, I had a very close relationship with a girlfriend, and 6 months didn't work out very good from separation in that relationship. The year before, there was a high school friend of mine that I really only dated a couple times. She wrote me almost every other day up there, just as a friend. And because of that relationship, we had a lifetime relationship until she died a couple years ago. That was just a close relationship, to have somebody that was communicating. You get pretty, you know, you're just working constantly, a bunch of men, and you're away from home, and it's pretty nice to have that kind of support. You know, I got letters from my brothers and sisters and my parents and everything, but this one particular person really was very supportive, and it built a beautiful relationship that